Because she's silly.
All right, we going. We are live, people. Give me 1 second to live pop into Instagram, and we are there. Okay, people. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Chat Her Up. Today we are going to recap Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17, episode 7. It is titled Destiny, Diamonds, and Drama. How are you, Miss Callie?
I'm good. I'm good. Now, why can't am I? Can you hear me, or am I still okay? You
No,
can.
you're fine. I hear you fine.
I am good.
All
Good
right.
and good and
So,
good. Who's
for
that?
before we get started with Atlanta, I kind of wanted to bring up a chapstick moment of like the week. I know people have been seeing this in groups, but there was apparently a white woman who asked her fellow white friend to send her to teach her how to bag a baller in college.
Wait, I started to post that. Okay,
Yeah.
go on. Go on.
So her friend says, girl, she wanted a NFL football player, preferably a tall chocolate one, like you did. I want your life. And so her
Hmm.
friend said, girl, that's easy. But if you play your cards right, you can get an emotional. No, you can't be an emotional girl. And she's like, teach me. So she says, this is how you bag a baller. This is a white girl telling her friend how to bag a baller. She says, one, make sure you know that he's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You can't change his. That's number one. Number two is dealing with cheating. Don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him and some will succeed. If it's just a fling, let it go. But don't let him get emotionally attached to one of them. P.S. He's always going to be attracted to black girls. Activate that Shanae in her by picking at her and let him see it. He'll ditch her quick. Laugh out loud.
Yep.
Wait a minute. The next one was if she's like us, she's harder because more than likely she'll be playing to win him, make him choose. Number
Mm-hmm.
three, be an asset to him. Fold his clothes, buy and bring his food, do his homework, completely integrate yourself in his life to where he can function without you. Number four, don't embarrass him. Don't cheat. Don't text other men. His cute friends and teammates will try you. She gives the little eye sign. Ignore it just in case the relationship goes south. Another athlete will see you as gold. Number five, go completely wild on him in bed. Use throat spray. Do any and everything. Be spontaneous. Make it go down anytime, anywhere. Number six, his mom. Lexi, this her friend's name must have been Lexi. Do not tell his mom any personal information, especially something negative. She will tell his entire family and he'll blame you. Just smile and wave and be quiet. Number seven, this is the last one. Always look good and appealing. Her face always has to be done. Push for marriage or at least to have multiple kids and you got him. In 2 years on draft day, you'll be a millionaire and all of your friends will work hard in school to literally never live the life you live. It's so sweet and rewarding, Lex. I'm in Cancun right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's the thing. I know that we hear what they're doing. That's the way they want to get a baller. It's nothing that we are shocked at. But I get the feeling that it's not just the girls that are doing it. I get the feeling the men are picking them for the same reason.
Well, they are. I mean, the reality is, I was taught in a class, I won't say where, that, black people really haven't been taught the gift of mating. We just have not. we we don't marry, especially black women. We marry with our hearts. We fall and we fall hard. We will love you to our own detriment, sometimes our own deaths. They got TV series called For Your Man. Is how far we go when we in love. But a lot of people marry, they look at marriage as a business decision. And who you marry in a way, it really is. They're a reflection of you.
Yep.
The sad part for the black men in this case though is they don't really have anybody genuine. Because if your woman is getting with you for the sole purpose of living a life, and that's what we've all, if we keeping it real, black women have always suspected that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that nothing is monolithic. Nothing, no, there is no everybody. I'm sure some white girls that genuinely care about these athletes. I'm not suggesting that. But what I'm suggesting is we know that they don't always pick them for their reason. It goes back to even the men, what was the name of that foot basketball player? He was real popular. He was with Jordan. He kind of looked like Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
I remember in an interview he did, girl, decades ago, and somebody had asked him about the woman that he was, or why, or I don't know if they asked him if he don't mess with black girls. I can't remember the question, but I remember his answer very well. He said that he grew up very poor. He had a single mother. They lived in the hood. He didn't have the nice clothes, nice shoes, or whatever. And black girls called him ugly. Now we could talk about Omar Epps' famous line is the black girls call you ugly, but you want us to believe that the white girls called you handsome? Because that's a sound, a TikTok sound of his.
When did
And
he say that? Was that in a movie or something?
who?
Omar.
No, he was talking about Shannon Sharp.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Right.
there is,
Right.
like,
Okay.
we really do
Mm-hmm.
need to have a conversation. Let's, if you take away the emotion and the whole white womanness of this, we do treat boys, even when we're young, just like we have complex issues, men have complex issues too.
Mm-hmm.
And we as girls can say some really cruel things to men that stick with them for a long time. Because Dennis Rodman, I would never excuse any black man that overlooks a black woman. It just doesn't. Who vocalizes it? It irritates me to even hear black men talk like that. But when I was watching him, I kind of understood why he dates white girls, and it was because he and the girl that, and what makes it so bad, it didn't help the case. They kept showing pictures of him, and he was a fugly little thing. He really
Yeah.
was. So I believe with the things that he was saying, I absolutely believe it. And if you don't have anybody whispering in your ear and helping you along the way, and these white people are being in places that are elevating him, even if it's usury, even if they're using him, and we know that they are, sometimes you don't see it that way because while he's a millionaire, they become billionaires off
Mm-hmm.
his back, but he's still a millionaire at the end of the day. That that had to go get a job. But anyway, he was basically saying when he got to college, he said nobody would talk to him in high school. And again, I've seen those pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that when he got to college, the prettiest white girls was on him. I
They knew.
believe it.
Oh, absolutely. They knew what to do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
None of that
believe him.
shocks me. None of that shocks me at
I
all.
believe them. Them
Mm-hmm.
white girls. I mean, my daughter used to call it when she was in school. She called it the Mrs. Degree.
The
Those
missus
white
agree.
girls, they go to college to get them a man. And if you can get you a little fugly basketball player or a football player that's gonna set you up, fine. I be ticked off when it be the nice looking dudes. I ain't gonna even like the fugly ones I get.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then, and let me also say this, and
mhm.
in the black community, we even down what we would call, Gen X would call square dudes. Just think of how people treat like Sierra and Russell.
Right, right.
Like, girl, I was like, square dudes make the best husbands. Are y'all kidding me? Those be the ones that the white girls get. They make the best husbands.
And it's weird. I never thought that Sierra and Russell would actually be married. I remember when I first saw them as a couple, I thought, okay. So I'm glad to know that he's a nerd. A lot of people hate him for that, or not hate him, but the men talk about him real badly. I was surprised actually that they got married, and now they built a beautiful family. Um, but these women have been getting men like that forever, and it is
Yeah.
what it is. I just hate. It's kind of heartbreaking
It's
when
heartbreaking
you
when those,
hear their reasons. You know what I mean?
yes. Yeah, that's why I was saying, because the men are the ones
Hmm.
that, or if something happens to them, or the situation goes south, or he gets cut from the team, or uh you know, God forbid they get sick. You don't have nobody genuinely to take care of you.
Right.
See, you, if you had got your sister, that sister would have stuck beside you. In my
Hmm.
head, that's what I think. Because even when our men veer away from us, I think about OJ is a perfect example of this. Although we deal with men that veer away from us, if they
Uh-huh.
come back, we always take them back.
You think so? Do we?
Yeah, we do. I mean, think about Jamie Foxx. With
Well,
Jamie
but
Foxx, we ain't never
okay.
seen Jamie with no black girl.
Okay,
He
so that's what I
actually,
was about to say. So it's
yeah,
not like he left and came back. I'd never
but
seen him with one ever.
But he had his whole last stand up that he did
Hmm.
after after his near death situation.
Hmm.
Jamie Foxx said he ended that with "and no more white girls."
Okay, well, he's
That's what
about to.
that's what
Well,
he
he's
ended.
about to have a third
I saw
baby,
that. I saw that. That's
and
why
from
he
the
on my
same
mind.
girl. I mean, from the same type of
That's
girl.
why he on my mind. But we take
Hmm.
him back. We take those men back. We'll take you back into the fold. And we'll even nurture you when you away from us. All them black people that supported, I think about that all the time. When I don't know, it just irritates me.
What?
These
Supported.
OJ.
Oh, oh my God! I was watching that movie today.
Yeah, how many people? I mean, we take our men back, even when they like dog us out. And it's just like, if that's your
Okay, so you don't mean from a relationship. You mean in general.
correct,
We'll welcome them back home or whatever.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll welcome you back home.
Hmm.
We be want you home in the first place, because
But would they do the same?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Not all the time.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
Mendices on Love and Hip Hop,
Oh, he's begging, ain't he?
in an interview, asked, this was a couple years ago. Now they marriage and fell apart now, or
Hmm.
whatever, the little fake marriage, whatever it was. Girl, he actually said in the interview he don't know if he would have waited on her. Like, even if he didn't believe that, he should have said absolutely. Even if it was a lie. Like,
Hmm.
why would he do that? That's since like that would that emotionally, I would have stepped away from him that moment. That moment. If there was anything there for me, it's almost like the fact, all the things you could do to me. You can cheat on me, you can whoop me, you can disrespect me, but
Hmm.
whatever that line is, it's a line that you can't always articulate. That would have been my line. You could have
Yeah.
done all those other things and I could have forgiven you, but I'm not gonna forgive you for saying that's a huge sacrifice.
Hmm.
And you're not even willing to lie and say you would do it.
And we've seen some, some positive relationships, at least to the outside looking in, what appear to be positive relationships. But we've also seen the negative ones where that model killed her boyfriend in the apartment, and then the apartment across the street was watching the whole thing and saw the blood and the death and everything.
Oh,
That was not a good one.
yeah,
So I've seen them on both sides, and
yeah.
it's like sometimes when that is advertised, this is what a white person did to a white man. It's kind of like, well, we don't want him. We told him, we told him to
Well,
watch out.
look at Megan Good and the situation that happened with Megan Good, and that Jonathan. But
Yeah.
he's probably a black boy that probably thought he couldn't have never pulled a Megan Good.
Well, God,
Like I'm just keeping it like Jonathan Majors' body is
yeah.
insane. Is my husband behind me? No, that man's
Ah!
body is insane. Let's keep it above. I mean, it is crazy, but that face,
I just don't. It's interesting. I'm glad that she loves a man that a lot of people think is a,
but
not a
his
good
act
man.
and his acting is really good. So I can see
I've,
how a woman
I've never
feel
seen
for
him
him.
acting, but how
Oh,
comfortable
he was superior in Lovecraft Country. That's
was
how
he?
I fell in
Okay.
love with him. Because to me, he's a nice looking. He's attractive to me. You can be a little fugly and still be attractive. I don't know if that means anything. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
understand that. He's very attractive,
Yeah, yeah, I can. I
but I
can.
wouldn't put him in a category as handsome.
He's not.
But
But he's loved. They seem to be really into each other.
yeah,
How I just don't, and this could go on forever and ever, so I won't drag it on. But I've often wondered when you are dating a guy that has been accused of being abusive, where is it in your mind that says, okay, that's the man I want to marry?
I don't think that he was abusive. I'm with
Even
him.
despite what we saw,
Oh, absolutely. This of what we saw. I saw a man running as far away from this chick as humanly possible, and I
and
saw
he
her
didn't do it.
toward him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that part, because the abuse part that she claims happened in
Uh-huh.
the limo, and I believe her what she says happened.
Mm-hmm.
He was texting somebody. She wanted to see his phone. He wouldn't give her the phone. It was a simple situation as that, and he took his phone and started running, and her silly butt ran up after him. Those are
Mm-hmm.
one of those girls that, hey, I got an actor. He gonna take care of me. This is her bag.
Yeah. Well,
She's
Megan
just
definitely didn't
emotion.
need.
She's
Yeah,
just
Megan definitely didn't need his bag.
yeah.
But
She
so,
didn't need his
but
bag.
she,
Yeah,
yeah, but she loved him anyway, married him anyway. Her dad loves him from what I've seen her talk about. So it all worked out well. But that was a major shift. And
yeah.
you're right.
And he's kind of awkward, don't you
Yes,
think?
he is.
Like like I saw him
100%.
dancing somewhere, and I'm like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
you black, right? Act like it.
a
You
hundred
amongst
percent.
family. Like chill.
I know a lot of those guys too.
Yeah, he a corny. That's why I said I don't think he ever would have thought he could pull a Megan Good.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I'm happy for her because he probably corny as hell. I'm telling you, they make the best husbands. They
Yeah, but
make the
he probably
corny
is.
dudes are romantic. They
Yeah.
are everything that we want in books, but they just they ain't sexy
It says a
for
lot to
whatever
me.
reason. They just not sexy, but they will
Yeah.
treat you like a freaking queen.
Hmm. It says a lot to see her with him because obviously she's seen good things that the news definitely don't want you to see.
Right.
So and yet he's still loved, and
Yeah.
so that's the
I
plus
like
side
how
of
he
it.
looks at her. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, mesmerized,
Yeah,
as
I
he
love how
should
he
be.
looks at her. So I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
regardless of, whatever I think they look like a lovely couple.
they really do.
You
Yep, they
ready to
do.
move on in
Yep, let's go.
Atlanta?
Let's go.
All right,
Hmm.
y'all. We 18 minutes in. Sorry. Let's go on and get this recap. We're gonna stick with really what everybody was talking about, but I do wanted to start with the fact that what did you think about because the episode starts with the ending between Kelly and Portia. What did you think about that? Because they were arguing, hurling insults at one another.
About the scissors.
Yeah, and that too.
I thought was such a funny scene. Where Portia's confessional was kind of funnier than their whole back and forth. But I don't know that I believe Kelly wanted Portia, but it's definitely funny hearing Portia think that she did. I don't know that I believe it though.
I don't either. And
Yeah.
I think um it's something inauthentic to me about Kelly. I can't put I can't put my finger on what it is about her that's irritating to me. I don't
She is a fun, sweet little thing, but she definitely has an evil side. I can see it. She don't care who she goes up against, and that's good. I can't put my finger on it either because she's a nice girl, but you see, she can also be not nice. And maybe it's that way for everybody.
I
But she's
mean, yeah,
going in on Portia.
I don't care about her not being nice.
Yeah, but
It feels like she's fighting Shamia's battle. Like, what is her thing? Kelly came in wanting to have issue with Portia. Like, her introduction, hi, I'm Portia, is, so girl, when you mess with that man's husband, or who husband you taking? And that's
But
how she
in yeah,
met.
that's how she started. But in defense of her, I mean, you a new person on the show. The first person you go to is the one that's kind of leading the show, and so in that aspect, she did good. She went to Portia and said something that she knew would catch attention, and she's still there. So I think she's just going to keep milking it as long as she can. It's just not always looking good when it does look like she's doing all this stuff for Shamia.
Yeah, it's weird to me. I thought it was
Yeah.
just me that sees that, because it fit like Shamia is awfully quiet this season. Have you noticed that?
No, I have not. She talks
She's
too much.
awfully quiet. She talks in confessionals more than she talks on the show.
Her facial expressions, I guess she agrees, they say a lot, but I haven't thought she was quiet or anything during this show,
And
this
it's,
season so
again, we
far.
know that this is heavily edited, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
when they're in the group setting, Shamia is almost mute unless she's being talked to. Now, she started this situation at the end of this, but I noticed it like in a couple of episodes. I was like, why is she so quiet? And again, maybe what she's saying just doesn't make the cut. I know that that is quite possible, but
And we know she ain't quiet. Yeah.
they're not showing a lot of Shamia talking.
And it sounds like what they do show, it's not all going to be good as the season goes on. Her and Portia are going to fall out pretty bad, it sounds like.
I
So it'll
think
be
that happens at
interesting.
the end. I'm
Hmm.
assuming, because one of the things Portia said in the interview, I'm just gonna tell you what she said. Portia said her and Shamia were getting along almost all season, and then at the end, she did something that is so terrible.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't know how to come back from that.
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Me either. I'm sitting there like something you can't come back from. So is she gonna like question, the baby's paternity or something? Or
Yeah, like I don't know where she could go. I was
yeah.
thinking maybe start something with Dennis, not like try to hook up with him, like start some mess, or say something, or maybe say something to, because I think Sway is gonna make more of an appearance at the end.
Hmm. And what's her name? Kelly has been going at it with Dennis too.
Yes, she had. Yeah, I saw they backwards and forward in them on
He's
Instagram.
comfortable getting into some little issues with the girls. He just reminds me a little bit of Peter, only for that. That not being afraid to argue with women. He's
He
funny.
would have made a really good. I hate that he cheated on Portia. Portia couldn't get it, but now that I know he living with somebody, he living with somebody. But I
Hmm.
still think they make a great couple. Watching, they don't do it now, but I want to say it was like last summer this time. Portia and Dennis were doing these um
The videos. I didn't. Yeah, they
videos.
were.
They were nice videos. It was, they were creating their own. They were just live. They
You
weren't
thought they were
live. They were
nice.
recorded.
Mm-hmm.
They get along very well. They
Mm-hmm.
are each other's. When I was kind of watching them, I remember thinking she got a good baby daddy. Like, he don't give her no problems, and she don't really give them no problems. The problems they have are their own personal lives. You know what I mean? It don't have nothing to do with responsibility, and they genuinely get along. Like, he's her guy. I hate to say that, and I hate that he messed up. That's her guy. Dennis is her guy.
I
You know.
don't. I don't. I actually don't agree at
um,
all. I don't agree. But he's a nice guy. I mean, I like Dennis a lot. He is. They do get along great. And I think whoever, I see Sway being more of her girl than Dennis. I don't know what it is. Sick thought, but they seem more like brother and sister.
Portia and
And
Dennis.
Dennis, yeah.
I mean, that I could see why people would say that they
Hmm.
definitely get along in a way that you ask, why didn't they work out? Like you say that, it's just kind of like, of course we getting a bird, a small little view in
Mm-hmm.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen Portia and Dennis at a bad situation. We've seen them argue,
Yep.
and it's not the kind of arguing that you can't come back from. And
Well,
Dennis
well,
and it don't be Dennis isn't unreasonable. The crap he be coming at Portia about be legit.
it's not hard to come back from if you agree with Portia. Because when he don't, come on now, it's only easy to come back when he agrees. That's the way I see it. He has to agree with whatever she's saying, and then they're fine. Absent that, yeah, they wouldn't even be
Oh,
talking.
let's get back to her. Yeah, what you think about Pinky getting drunk?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Pinky was drunk. I don't know that vegan. He told us you need to have a steak in between that.
Only thing I was wondering about that scene, which is totally off of, where'd she get those booty covers from? Do you think she carried those in her purse, or do you think they were given out at the restaurant?
Booty covers?
On
Oh,
her shoes, you didn't notice them, the white ones.
mm-mm.
You see the weird stuff I notice. I'm like, oh, I need some of those booties. Take
Uh,
them off, put them over your shoes so you can walk barefoot or just not mess up your good shoes. But no,
uh,
I didn't think anything of it. If she doesn't drink a lot, I'm not. Yeah, it was nothing.
mhm. But I don't know. How do you feel about Pinky? Because I'm feeling now that you got a couple of
Yeah,
episodes in, because I don't I like if you I think I'll say it like this. If you asked me even a year ago, name an original restaurant in Atlanta, I could only name one, and that's Slutty Vegan. Like literally, when I said original, well, I can name two: Chick-fil-A,
well,
because the original Chick-fil-A was in it outside of Atlanta.
the first time I ever heard of Slutty Vegan is from Love and Marriage Huntsville when Letitia then was talking about working with her. I'd
Right.
never heard of it before that.
Okay.
So
So
she says she comes off a little hard. Like her conversations kind of start off with "you did something wrong" and
mm,
"don't do that again" type thing. But I don't know, but she she's a little hard. But I don't have any thoughts on her. She could stay or go.
yeah, I was kind of excited to see her because I knew she was a boss. Um, she seems very insecure to me. If you got to
She
keep telling people you a boss and what you do, you're not secure in what you're doing.
Which is
It's
exactly what
weird.
happened when she was with Angela at the table. She said, "Oh, my husband got a lot of money." Comments
Right.
like that make you know, ma'am, stop.
Wait
Okay,
a
we
minute.
don't.
And which was also interesting about that, um at the same time in confessionals, she was, or when they or the other girls are together, they down girls who, as they say, made their money
Hmm.
on their back. To me, that kind of crap is insulting,
It
because
is
it's insulting because let's keep it a buck. That's always the goal, is to marry up.
right.
Black people
What?
marry. I mean, that's your goal. You
Yeah,
blessed if you can marry equal.
but I wonder
But
why she says
who
that about
are you?
Angela though. What? Who did Angela? She was rich when she met Charles. It sounds like it's
She's not.
nothing.
She's calling bull crap on it.
Yeah,
That's
well,
her point. It's just like she's marrying rich. Like that's always the goal. What's wrong with marrying a successful man? She married, and then what make it so bad? But she then uses it and says, "My husband is rich. I'll always have him." And now you're leaning on your husband. You won't tell him you got bankruptcy, but in an argument, you'll invoke what it is he do for you or
so
can
what
do.
do you think about them as a couple?
I don't know.
Mm,
I don't know, but
okay.
she real hard.
Yeah, she is. She is.
She hard. Like
But she
it.
softens up. She cries easily with him, especially when she was telling him how he didn't support her enough. I just wonder. I just something's wrong. Something's up with that little relationship, and I can't
She
quite put
could
my
be
finger on there.
begging, and she could be begging. He might not be a guy, and that's a tough thing too. He
Yeah.
might not be a guy that is emotionally available. That's a troubling kind of relationship too. When you feel like somebody loves you, but they don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to love you the way you need to be loved. It's a
when you need it.
yeah, it's a debilitating relationship. It's awful. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's and just because they have qualities that you like,
Mm-hmm.
and you try to stick it out. I'll give you an example. Monique and from Real Housewives of Potomac and Chris,
Uh-huh.
it is
Yeah.
so very clear that he wasn't emotionally available for her.
Yeah.
Like they had an argument on Love and Marriage, DC or whatever it was. That was so good. They had an argument, a straight up for real argument. Monique was begging him. Oh, she was begging him. Like, I need you to give me something emotionally. Chris had nothing. He had it was almost like she was talking Chinese to him. I'm serious. He didn't even understand what she was asking for. And what's sad was I think he was genuine. I think he genuinely didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He
Well, she took him
genuinely
that way when he was dating the other girl and before they got married.
well,
Sounds like
you're not thinking about your needs when you're trying to get a bag or you're trying to get a guy. You're
okay,
not
so
really
that
thinking about your needs. You're trying and basketball, the list that I just read earlier in this podcast. Um, please know she was everything for him. That's why she was tired. She was everything. I mean, she talked about it
yeah, and that's what she chose to do. So what
to
changed? What
get him. She got tired of it.
well,
She she
I
wrote.
think she
I
got
mean,
out of it what she might have wanted out of it. And now
I don't
she's
think so because Monique signed a prenup. She got a
yeah.
salary per year. Monique
Well,
don't get no child support, nor
I
does she get what do you,
I'm
spousal support. She don't get
yeah,
nothing
no.
from him.
I'm not talking
He
about
got
a child support or spousal support or anything like that. I think she went into the relationship and got out of the relationship exactly what she wanted to. Now she's been on a platform which can now really connect her to a lot of other things. So she has the potential to still have a pretty good financial life without
oh
Chris
yeah.
now.
I don't. She
Yeah.
not. I'm not suggesting that she poor and need welfare or nothing. I'm
Hmm.
just saying because she said she took the settlement and bought a house. She
Yeah.
said she took the entire settlement and she wanted to pay for a house to secure her and her children. And if y'all know, Monique got a job. She worked at a radio station.
Used to. I
This
don't know what
just
she's doing now.
this just Potomac
Oh, but
just fell in her life. If it
well,
was,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it just
Did
fell
you
in her
hear she's
lap.
coming back? Did you hear she's
Yeah,
coming
I
back?
heard she's coming back. Yeah, Potomac just fell in her lap. But
All right,
yeah,
yeah, let's get back to Atlanta because I
yeah.
could talk about that all day. I wasn't expecting to hear that about her coming back,
Okay.
but anyway,
If y'all want to talk about, let's start with um when they had dinner when they were still in Dallas at this restaurant that they went to. They got all fancied up where
hmm
people got drunk. Anyway, at this restaurant, Kay mentions to Drew about her grievance with her regarding,
oh my
I guess,
god,
Drew's little sneaky link or whatever he is, black. And did you think that Drew was trying to insinuate that they knew him?
absolutely not, Kay. No, no. And then I mean, but and what she said made perfectly good sense. I thought you knew him because of the way you spoke to him
Respond.
when over the
Correct.
phone.
Right.
She said, "Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you." Clearly, you know something about him, and I think that's was Drew's extent of even thinking about K. Michelle and
Do you
Black.
think
Okay,
somebody told her this, or do you think producers told her? Because the more and more I'm thinking about this, it's like it seems like she's pulling something out of the sky.
yep,
And this rumor when they were at and they were looking at the oysters,
uh huh, uh huh.
and Portia says, "Oh, they're all clean." And then that one might be a little ishy or a little scent or a stink or something. She said like that. And K. Michelle thought it was a reference to a rumor that her cat stink.
Yeah, and so how was that? Where'd you pull that up from, K. Michelle?
Let me tell you something. Girl,
I mean,
I'm so Gen X. Ain't no way in HE double hockey stick. what I had ever said on national TV that somebody thought my cat stink.
So why?
It
Right.
ain't nothing
It's
that
nothing
just
funny
makes
about
me
it. Why do you think she
nothing.
did that? Why
This
why do we now know that there were concerns about the smell of your JJ?
I have no idea. I
I
was I had to rewind it like, what's wrong
did
with
she
this
really
girl?
just say that?
Her
It's like
mama ain't teach
what?
her nothing.
I
I
mean, but
would have died on the hill of, oh girl, I don't know what you talking about.
but let's just get down to it. Well, does she feel like she needs to come in with some type of crap like that just to stay on the show? Where is she pulling this from?
No,
She's
I
acting
mean,
as if, well, wait a minute, she's acting as if she's never been on reality TV before.
yes.
This is like her third or fourth show, isn't it? She
Wait a
playing
minute.
dumb.
Not only does it seem like she ain't never been on one, ain't never watched one.
Right, that's how she's acting. I just can't believe. I mean, you all sit and cut each other down, and this what y'all do? She came and showed up, and so it's really bothering me as to why is she acting like this is the first time she's ever heard of reality TV. She brought all the sauce over when she was on Love and Hip Hop. She knows what's going on, why things are going on. So why is she playing stupid? And why does she expect us to fall for it? I don't
I have,
understand. Something else is going on there.
yeah, and she's talking about somebody told her, girl, a producer or your head.
To the point of
Because
tears.
yeah, it's weird. It's really weird because
There's something
I
else
don't
going
make the
on.
connection. I don't make it seems like she's very paranoid.
But what is it? Paranoid to keep a paycheck coming in, maybe. I
No,
don't know what it is.
paranoid. I think that,
To
okay,
bring up something like that?
wait a minute. I know, girl. I told you I
It's
would.
weird.
There's nothing in the world that could have made me admit that that was a
Yeah.
rumor. I
That's
don't
going to
care.
be one
I would
conversation I never
ignore
bring
that.
up.
It is insane.
Because now every time you look at her, you're going to see and smell fish, like a scratch, snip and scratch thing.
Ah,
It's disgusting.
ah.
I don't understand why she did that.
Girl, it don't make no sense to me. I mean, zero, Callie. I'm like, what?
It's
Why?
like, maybe
I
this is
don't.
her first time on TV. Nope.
Let me
She's just
say
a
this before
mess.
I forget, because I done forgot it twice.
Hmm.
It kind of makes sense now. K Michelle was doing some interviews
Uh-huh.
maybe about a week or so ago.
With
Maybe
Jason Lee
huh?
on Hollywood Unlocked.
I can't even remember who she was talking to, but she was talking about, yeah, it was,
Jason.
yeah. Now
Hmm.
that I think about it, it was, and she was talking about belonging, uh, as if she was placed in a situation where um she didn't belong on that franchise. And it triggered her so much. She then mentioned what happened on Giselle and Robin's podcast.
Yeah.
Because at no time did Robin say she didn't belong. I didn't actually listen to it again because I was like, am I mishearing it? And Giselle, when they were talking about K Michelle going on there, Giselle actually watches Love and Hip Hop like
Hmm.
from the beginning. She like that's one of her shows she talks about sometimes. And
Yeah.
Giselle said of all the women that she said she didn't see on Love and Hip Hop, that K Michelle was definitely the best one. She was like, she wasn't, because K Michelle, if y'all actually watched her on the show and not just these little cute little snippets, K
Hmm.
Michelle, the hip hop that she was attached to was a guy whose name could never be said on TV. I don't know if y'all know that. That was the guy who she said beat her. That was the hip hop because those women, all of the women were connected to hip hop in some way.
Yeah. And that
And
was Toya's husband, right? Is that her name,
correct,
Toya?
it was Toya's
Hmm.
husband. He was like a producer.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
her connection to the hip hop. So, but if you watch the show, you know that that girl wasn't hip hop.
At
Okay,
all.
she wasn't hip. She wasn't hip hop. But anyway, um, yeah, she was just on the show and she had talent and she was funny at times, but I don't think she is as funny as people wanted her to be because
I
she's
think,
kind of really mean.
yes, she is. And I think that she's being quieter on here and sitting back and being reserved is because whoever she heard say, you on the wrong show. She really took that to heart and is trying to be kind of more demure about the whole thing and
Yeah.
calm, when clearly she is throwing other lies out there to try and give her some kind of background. Or it's weird. I can't even understand it.
Yeah.
It's as if she. Do you think she might need to like visit with Katie from Potomac and see what did you do when you clearly had mental issues on TV? Did you go
Well,
to the
yeah, a lot of
therapist?
people are suggesting that she needs. They felt like this was a mental health episode.
Because who cries that quickly? Who, you was only at the dinner table for one little appetizer, and then here come the tears. There's
Can
something else wrong there.
I think this is a case also because she feels kind of judgy, like saying y'all tear each other down, and the next minute like
Like
this
she
how they
don't
do
though.
this here, yeah, like this new behavior to her. It's really weird watching because it was listening to the kind of conversations they have was very reminiscent of what I saw on Potomac last season, particularly with Angel. Angel, some of these new girls feel like you should be babied once you get to a franchise. You know
Well,
what I mean?
Michelle is definitely pushing to be baby just because she's
Yes,
wanting everybody to gather
they're
around
they
her.
feel like I don't know if I don't know if you remember, but on the after show, Kay and Kiana had a whole segment on the after show talking about needing a mentor. I was like, girl, you when you get on this show, you don't need a mentor. You're in the big leagues.
Exactly.
You have to be able to be prepared to work. And if there's a
Yeah.
plot against you, the best thing you could do is tell it to spoil it. That's
Mm-hmm.
the best thing you could do. These girls have to think like this is a show that they're
Right.
doing. It's really weird to me. It's really strange to me.
So
To
then she pointed out that it was supposed to be Drew and Portia and Phaedra that are somehow planning all this stuff against her, and that's why she can't smile in their faces. I'm like, well, you have been smiling in Portia's face and in
right,
Phaedra's face. The only one you giving all that heat to is Drew. So
yes,
nothing is lining up. It's like we can see you. Hello, if this is true, and you have an issue with these three people coming at you, then why are you only giving smoke to one of them?
and it looked like she kind of like a punk because she got big. She got big cojones in the confessionals. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they do on Beverly Hills. We don't do that on Atlanta.
Yeah.
At
Well.
some point, you got to be able to say something to somebody's face. If you
Yeah.
gonna be passive, this really isn't the show for you. I think about Deshaun all the time.
Oh my
Deshaun from
goodness.
the first season of Atlanta,
Uh-huh.
she
Mm-hmm.
she was a really nice girl. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with her. I would have liked for her to stay on another season because of what ended up happening. Because that would have been interesting to see how her life unfolded. But she was a nice girl and she had the life. She just wasn't genuinely mean. And I'm not saying that you have to be mean, but you do have to look at this like a job. And these girls, and I'm not saying that it's about your whole thing is to get endorsements because that's irritating too. Because there's a lot of girls that come on this show for the money aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, those don't make good housewives. I believe that from the bottom of my heart and the depths of my soul.
You
In
know,
my
yeah, Deshaun Snow though, that was her first time on reality TV. You got some other Stacy and or the Potomac girl with the selfie chick or the filters, I guess. That was her first time on reality TV, not on TV because she was a reporter before. But Kay Michelle,
yeah,
this is your fifth
yeah,
time,
yeah,
Kay. Your little lie is not working. I don't
yeah.
know what it is, but leave it alone because you were really reaching bad.
Yeah,
So
now she's acting like she got virgin eyes and ears and like I was expecting so much class. It's no, she gives. I ain't never watched Atlanta, Housewives of Atlanta. That's what
yeah,
she really gives because it's almost like that's y'all tear each other down so bad and da da da. Girl, this is this Tuesday. This ain't even Saturday night. Like, girl, gone somewhere with that. Like, I can't like. What are you talking about? They fight where you come from.
yeah.
They used to show a little bit of it back then.
it was such a bad, it was a good episode. It was, I give it 8 out of 10. But her portion, the way she's moving, it
Yeah,
makes me
it's
think that
weird.
there's really something going on.
Yeah, it's something really weird. Do you think it's a whole? And I don't like this us versus them. This ain't the smalls versus the talls. This is like,
The newbies want to get rid of the oldies
yeah, and they don't make good TV. I have
at
yet
all.
to find when the younger girls are on the screen, it makes it
Hmm.
interesting TV. It just isn't to me. You gotta have some Gen Xers. You and I only say that is because us Gen X, we just want to be famous.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
ain't trying, so we're there to have a good time. These young girls are not. They're trying to create moments, and they're
Yeah.
not genuine. And it comes across, it comes across like that.
And it
You,
just keeps me thinking about when Portia and Nene, when they both said, "You're going down the wrong road. You picking the wrong team." It just feels to me like these four
yeah,
are sitting here trying to hook up and be this little group, this little
yeah,
clans, and
yeah.
go against the people that are seasoned in this, and they're not being very wise about it. Pinky
I
Co.
love it that Angela is on their side, though. I love that.
Yeah,
'Cause
I do too.
Angela came to play. When she
Is she
came,
funny?
she came to. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
Angela knows how to play. Like she wants to entertain us without, and it be genuine.
So Kay Michelle must have thought she was real genuine. So Kay, you said you didn't feel safe. Is that true? Cue the violins. Well, no, it's not. And just start crying. And I just sat up. I sat there at my little couch thinking, what I missed? I had to rewind it. Was there something else that was said that made her now break out into it's ridiculous. It's
What you think
crazy.
about Shamia?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I don't know. She is so weird.
Yeah, it's
She's
something. It is. I'm like it when I tell you it's weird watching. It's weird watching. Like
it
something is.
is.
This cast doesn't have chemistry. They hate each other. It's truly a us versus them. Like it's literally like the people that want to play and the people that want to hate. Because that's what it
Yeah.
feels like.
And then where does she get the sudden authority that she wants to have a little team meeting before the gala that they was already running late for? Everybody come talk to me and see my new buttocks. What is happening? I
Oh,
didn't get it. I just look at her like, okay, she does have a cute body, but to me, the first thing I saw when I saw her in that little yellow get up, she looks like one of those hound dogs, the cute hound dogs. Did you see that post? What's the name of them?
what?
Wait a
You
minute,
didn't compare this woman to no
she looks like,
dog.
no, no, no. She looks like an Afghan hound. That is a beautiful dog. I posted that. But just when I first looked at her, I thought, was it yellow in the hairs? It looked like a dog ears. I wouldn't, that's an Afghan hound dog. That's what she looks like. Just look at my post, you'll see the picture. I think
No.
it's on Instagram. Because
Okay.
they do look alike. You just gotta look. I mean, it's like, yeah, I guess she could like be their second cousin.
But what you think about Phaedra with no makeup? I was cracking up.
That was the first time I have seen her in years. She looks like a little grandma.
She looks younger,
Yeah, well, she looks older to me.
does she? Without makeup?
Yeah, maybe did she have a bedtime type? I don't know what it was. She looked older to me. She's still beautiful. Her
She
skin
had
is
her hair
clear,
wrapped up. She had her hair wrapped up. She didn't have
but
a wig
no,
on, child.
I wanted to give her, a little makeup or whatever. But yeah, Phaedra's cool. A lot of people are not enjoying her on the show, saying all she do is talk funny in confessionals and twinge her little nose. What do you think
Yeah,
about her?
yeah, that is the biggest. Yeah, I've noticed that. That in
Yeah.
confessional, she's big, but it's Phaedra's been quiet as well.
Yeah, because what does she have to talk about? She's not dating. Well, I don't know if they're dating or not. We've not seen her boyfriend as much this season on the show.
I can't
The
believe she's still dating him. You know,
I don't know. Is she
she met him on
the reality show? The other one,
yeah,
couples.
the
What was
speed
it? Couples
date.
retreat?
It
Yeah,
was a speed date.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and what's so bad is you can tell he's extra, a lot younger than her, but they look so cute together.
Hmm.
They made a really cute couple. But a lot of people are saying she's not really doing anything new on the show. To me, I think I got this from
Her
you one
she's
time.
giving though in her confessions. Them
Yeah,
looks,
she is. She is. I
her
think I
and
got this
she,
from you that they don't necessarily always have to have a storyline
yeah.
because she doesn't, but I still think she's good on the show.
Oh, I don't. I'm also a strong push for, unless the young girls ain't doing a whole lot.
Hmm.
If you're seasoned, you don't need a storyline. Yeah,
And
this is what you can
yeah.
be judgmental of everybody and get in everybody's business. But if I've been watching you for 10 seasons, child, I know your whole family inside and out.
Well,
You do
see, and I agree
not
with that for Phaedra. I haven't always agreed with that. Like, I think you said the same thing for Giselle. I don't agree, but I
Giselle,
do agree.
I think Giselle more than anybody because just we all know in real life, unless they filming in the summertime, Giselle lives on her own. She don't have
Yeah,
her family is gone. She is single.
I know. I know.
He's
So,
single.
which means she doesn't have a storyline. But I think the point was, does she need to have a storyline? And to me, Phaedra does not need a storyline because we already know so much about her history. I don't know how long that can keep her on the show, though.
Yeah, yo, she gonna have to work. She gonna
Yeah.
have to work a little bit. Yeah, they got a lot of heavy hitters on here, but it's just like, and they all could be showing us things. I mean, not all of us, but they could have filmed things and they just
Hmm.
decided not to, because even Giselle had storylines. We know it because they kept, well, I ain't gonna say kept, but on several occasions last season, they would do a flashback to a scene that we never saw play out. When she got her stomach pierced, and it was like a couple of scenes that they flashed to. Just they just didn't find them interesting. That's what it feels like, sounds like, or they didn't think it was necessary. But I think that when you have, a genuine person that you can kiki with, that helps. And Giselle didn't have a kikier.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't have a person like Giselle and Robin would have had scenes
Hmm.
of just them doing something goofy or silly, because that's just, she ain't have a friend, a
Yeah.
genuine friend.
Well, hopefully she's getting her friend back. The friend roles are doing good because Cynthia's getting a friend role and she is full-time housewife, if you ask me. So
Yeah, she
hopefully
said
Robin will
she
come
don't
back and do the same thing.
yeah, she said she likes being a friend because
Yeah.
it's the stress is off of you. The
Hmm.
stress of producing something, else is big.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just show up and judge everybody. And you doing a good job. And I mean,
Yeah.
and she hosting and staying scenes and get invited to places. So I don't be
Yeah.
mad that I would love a friend. I don't know what the pay look like,
I really wonder. I really
because
wonder.
I would imagine they at least making $7,500 a episode.
I hope. Okay, who you think? Who when you say they?
A new friend.
A new friend. Okay, it's only 7,500.
I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. Like Cynthia might get $25,000 an episode.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Of course, I don't know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
they
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
pay, but because if you're a veteran at this point, I would imagine we know that Portia getting over $1 million a season.
Portia has really matured. It cracks me up.
Yeah.
Her shade is funnier. It's like she's her she knows how to really show her comedic side and
Yeah.
make sense out of it more now than she ever has. And
Mhm.
I enjoy seeing that for her. I enjoy seeing her trying to sit there and say, Kay, let me handle this for you. Tell me what it she's
Oh
just
yeah,
really
I thought that was
matured.
nice. I
Yeah,
thought
that
that was
was. And what she didn't
nice.
know is,
But
well, you're part of the problem.
you wonder. I don't think. I think that I think Katie lost her mind. I think
She
Kay is
has.
paranoid. I think Kay feels like she's out of her element, and or because she don't feel comfortable. And it could be, you coming from, love and hip hop. We know that, that up into Zeus, that was considered bottom of the barrel reality TV.
Yeah, so maybe they fought a lot over there, which I'm thinking we're pretty sure they did. But Portia fights worse than them sometimes. So calm down, K Michelle. She's only been not fighting for a couple seasons now.
Right.
She's still the same person. She's just grown up a little bit more. And I think I really hate to see K Michelle so awkward in this because I like her music. I would have loved to see her come on here and really just make me like her more. But I can't. It's weird. Her and Shamia and what do you think about Kelly?
I don't like her. I don't like. She like a little chihuahua. She is like, and it's like to me, she tries to create moments. She just
Yeah,
don't let them happen, and it feels like that's how it feels to me.
yeah, yeah,
Like if you believe the whole thing about she sleeping with somebody, as far as I'm concerned, that could have been Portia testing her.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know. It's really weird. Like she don't know how to play. She gets in her feelings. Something else K Michelle does is tweet all the time, like she 20.
yeah.
Like,
When
girl,
what
y'all too
Drew was
old
like,
for
she
that.
did this tweet 3 hours ago. I mean,
Right.
come on,
And they was in the same house.
right?
She on
Wait,
Twitter
and then Portia sent
instead of
something else out.
right. You on Twitter and you instead of coming next to the next door and say what you gotta say, you go on Twitter.
And so her producer, I don't know if they have individual ones. It sounds like sometimes Love and Marriage Huntsville had individual producers. Her producer couldn't possibly be saying, "Don't go to the room, just go to Twitter." Do you think she's being told to do some of this crazy stuff, or what do you?
That is a thought. I think a producer, if somebody, if you really believe her, I think it was a producer that likely said to K Michelle all of this bull crap. Maybe, and it could have been a conversation in jest that she couldn't get out of her head. What I mean by that is when you on a reality show and you got these people around you, you mention something to somebody and they can say, girl, what if they trying to turn it into a storyline?
Yeah.
See, y'all know the lingo right now. And instead
Hmm.
of playing the game, because to me, if you gonna give me TV, I'm gonna give you some TV. You just don't know. I'll be Diane Curl on you. If we making up
Sit.
shit, we gonna make up some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it above because sometimes people be like, they brought this out of the earth.
Yeah.
And
And it
I
looks so
mean,
obvious. It's like,
yeah.
stop. You kind of really
Karen
reaching.
does that. I don't know if y'all know that Karen on Potomac does that. That's the reason why Karen and Giselle can get along. Giselle said that you remember when she was calling her a hot box and a whore from
Hmm.
Hampton and all that kind of stuff. Giselle said Karen just be throwing stuff at the wall. And
So
she knows how to she just knows it's gonna be good TV. They know how to play a game. These young girls don't know how to play a game.
So let me take you back to the last episode. I don't know if you remember this or maybe it just stuck out in my little weird mind. But why did I think that that was Karen Huger at the horse riding thing in that green and white outfit with the blonde hair and she had on a hat? Do you remember that lady?
I don't remember her, but
I looked at her and said, "Is that Karen?
mm-hmm.
Look just like her." Well, what is Karen up to? That's what I want to know. Anyway, so what have we not mentioned? Oh, K. Michelle jumping up off the couch because she was feeling froggy. Drew would have knocked her out.
I don't know. I don't know who would have big old grown women fighting. Just look like idiots. Girl, go sit y'all asses down somewhere. We hurt at this point. When we get into a fight, we be hurt for days. We got time for
Yeah.
this bull crap. Be fighting no grown woman.
And I'm just thinking about the K. Michelle when she didn't want to come to dinner last week because her makeup wasn't on. The dinner that we did see last night, she looked like she just crawled out of bed. So what made the difference? What made the difference? You look better at the dinner you intentionally
I
skipped.
think that Shamia got into her head that night. I think they didn't, I think they've been plotting. I really
Yeah.
do think that all of them been sitting
Yep.
around talking, wondering what they doing over here, thinking they're plotting. That's all this is. There ain't nobody
Yep.
plotting.
Especially about black. Stop. Yeah. No, they tripping. They are tripping. And Black is not even really cute enough to be having any kind of argument whatsoever with anybody. He, don't get me wrong.
They just it's just reaching at this point.
It is,
Now,
and it's
if
so
because if
obvious.
K Michelle was smart, you could just let this play out and swear it was the plan all along. I don't know, but it's just weird. K Michelle is really really weird, and it's making me feel like you don't fit this group, girl.
At all. And somebody has
Like
already told her that, and that's why
you
she's so
don't want
paranoid.
to play. You don't want to play. You want
Yeah.
to play. Like we here to play. If you think this is a plot, girl, I told you, girl, I would have been so dramatic on that plot. I would have told it. I would have put if it was really a plot against me, I would tell it to bust your bubble. You take all of the power away.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you want to really have something to talk about on the show, tell it. What you're sitting on it
Yes.
for. Let it out. Let it out. I don't know what to expect from her going forward. I really don't, but I do like her music. I do. I like her
He said,
music.
if my vagina smell like sardines or glad.
Wait.
I was
I
like,
mean, why do we want to have that conversation about that, K. Michelle?
girl, she has no home training.
Oh my
Like
God, it was so. And then she
that
said
was
she's had 8 things done. She's had the lipo suck it in and then sucked it out and what? And
that's
then
why I said has really low self esteem.
she really does. And the only thing I was thinking, as she named those 8 different things she's done down there to the vagina, I kept thinking, wow, then it must stink worse than you think the rumor was about. Because no, so but the main reason being is that we also know that your butt is leaking silicone. So you
Oh
mix that
God.
leaking
Oh,
silicone with everything else in the body.
oh.
Come on. That's what stinks. Forget 8 years ago. And maybe that's why she brought it up. Maybe because she's like, she's still got a little swift down there that don't always go away right away. And it might come out on other people. That might be why I'm just saying. Because
Mm,
how do you have silicone leaking into your body and not hitting anything else? That is all the insides is
I
anyway.
don't know. I don't know,
Gross.
but I thought this whole thing was weird. Ain't no way. Hey, I told you there ain't nothing. You could gun to my head. You couldn't have made me go on national TV and tell the world that somebody said my Gucci stink. It just their words
Yeah.
just would never escape my mouth.
It just looks, I'm just looking at her like, I don't know.
It's that girl ain't had no home training.
She ain't had no home training or
She
a
couldn't
bath. I
grown
mean, if
up
we
with
still
a
talk,
mama,
and how
a
does
black
somebody think
mama.
that?
This is weird.
Excuse me. Yeah. And somebody else, I don't want to talk about nobody's kids because Lord knows. Being talk about my baby, I'm gonna have a complete fit. But somebody was saying that her and her son um, are they don't speak or something because she brought him a brand new car, but he prefers to use Uber. Have you heard that? I heard that like just right before I got on the call. Oh, I was watching the blogger, the Brooke Ashley, and I think one of the commenters had put that in there. She had just brought her son an expensive luxury vehicle, but he preferred Uber. And I guess they were going back and forth about that, which, so why would you go back and forth about that? Is it because you, I don't know. I don't know.
I
But
have
if you
no.
didn't hear about it, then it maybe it's nothing.
I remember hearing something. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, that's stupid. Like to be
Yeah.
going backwards and forward with your son because maybe he don't want to drive for
Yeah.
whatever his reasons are. Because that isn't a
It's silly.
yeah.
Her son's name is Chase. Let me just say this. Her song dedicated to Chase. I love you, Chase. Have you heard it?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, Joy. That is one of the prettiest songs ever. I love you, Chase. I'm gonna have to send it out to y'all. The girl is okay. I'm gonna have to send it out. It's a beautiful song she wrote. It's a beautiful song she sings for her son Chase. So
Uh,
even when I heard that earlier, and somebody said they don't talk because of a new car, I bet K Michelle is doing everything she can for him because she's probably holding guilt. If I remember right from Love and Hip Hop, because she was traveling so much and he spent more time with mom,
she
with
never
her
did. I
mom.
don't think she ever showed him on this show.
Yeah, well, she didn't live with him as I understand it. And so she's probably, probably giving him the world in a way to make up for any time she misses. I really think I think all of her truth when it comes to her and her son fell out into that song. That is a beautiful song dedicated to her son. I'm gonna have to send it to y'all. All right, Joy, what else we missed? Let's see.
That's pretty much it. Is that
Did
um
Angela bring up Shamia too soon? I mean, because when Kay was sitting there crying, and then Angela looked at Shamia and said, "I'm looking at you because you always in stuff." Why did she say that in at that moment?
say that again? Who said it to who?
Angela said it to Shamia when Portia, not Portia, but Kay Michelle was sitting there crying about whatever. And then it was quiet.
Oh,
Everybody was like, "What happened? What happened? Who did it?" And Angela looked at Shamia and said, "Shamia, you see me looking at you because it's the exact same look you had on your face the last time an issue or something came up." Do you remember that?
yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
So I wonder why because that's kind of what brought Drew and her into their argument. And as
Yeah,
Kay was speaking,
I think they're plotting. I think what's the name
yeah,
them are plotting. I think Shamia and them think that these girls are against them. And Shamia and them are trying to figure out, thinking that they're plotting. And I
yeah,
just don't think that. I think that the girls that are more veterans,
yeah.
and Angela, I love the Angelas over there. I just
Is
do.
she a mess?
But yeah, like
I
that's
love
so
it.
they're here to play. And it's very clear to me that Shamia and them don't really want to play.
Yeah,
I don't know what they want to do, but this isn't. I think Kelly, I hate saying this kind of stuff because this is an ensemble class, cast.
hmm
But
hmm
I would get rid of Kelly, Shamia, and K Michelle. And they need to bring back Nene and maybe one other person. I don't think them other girls are mature enough to handle Atlanta.
yeah.
Portia's the same age, by the way. So, but
As
Portia, as Shamia,
oh,
they're all 44ish, 45ish. I just don't think they really know how to play. Twerking and doing that,
yeah,
you can only do that so much. That's not entertainment. Like you have to interact. You got to. There's no way that Portia and Shamia should not be talking. Have not been forced to talk. I think they probably had made a truce not to air out their friendship on TV.
hmm
And I can respect that in a way, but in my opinion, they really should have focused on something genuine because that's part of the problem.
well, Shamia said everybody's a go naked hair model now. I thought that was funny. She said
Again,
everybody's the go naked hair model now. That's why
and
y'all like her.
it's only two. It's only
Yes.
Drew and
And
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Yeah.
And
And
Drew
Cynthia's
and
wigs are top notch. I
yeah.
like her looks. I haven't fallen in love with one of Drew's yet.
And who wouldn't have wanted Cynthia? That I mean, if you want to keep it above, Cynthia was wearing wigs before we were wearing wigs.
Yes, she was.
Like
She
she was
was.
wearing, I mean, like for real. Cynthia came on Housewives wearing wigs before
Mm-hmm.
girls was getting lace fronts. Before that was a thing. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking 2008 when we were still getting sew-ins. When
God, it's
they
been on that long.
Cynthia, like real deal, she wore wigs.
Mm-hmm. She
She
did.
should have been the first person that Portia asked. She's actually,
She has a lot going on. She
yeah,
has a lot
she's
going on now.
known for wearing wigs.
She is. So I understand why she's got a wig line on courses. But did K Michelle really have to say that Portia? She's what she said. Portia was selling synthetic wigs.
Yeah, did you see Portia's response? And
No, what did she say?
she everything is 100% human hair. Da 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 da. It was a little advertisement
Oh, good.
for Go Naked Hair. It came across. I don't know if I guess it was on Instagram, but it was on Facebook when I saw it.
I'm glad to hear it's all real because I'm like, those things are $300 and up. That'd
Yeah,
be real.
that's crazy.
So, yeah, it is.
But and then somebody else, and she said something. Who was that said something? They were diminishing her, the company, the most. Oh, this when she said selling the most synthetic wigs.
Synthetic wigs,
I'm
yeah.
like, I can't remember how many million somebody put it in the put it in the
Yeah, it was 10 million.
yeah,
She,
they make $10 million a year. That
yeah,
ain't no rinky dink company.
yeah.
I'm like,
And I'm glad to hear that too. I'm glad to
even
hear
if
that they're
Portia
making it.
only gets a third of that,
Yeah.
even if that's a nice little chunk of money, that's $3 million a year. And all you
And
gotta do is take some pictures.
yeah, I was happy to hear that because
Yeah.
I've wondered how Lauren makes her money. And
Uh-huh.
if she's getting a cut of that, she got that. Is she still doing her yoga? I don't know. But I was glad to hear that that hair company is making money. I was glad
Yeah.
to hear because we've heard about it for so long. But I hear more about her sheets and stuff more than I hear
Yeah.
about anything on her hair.
Yeah,
So,
like so that's like ridiculous. That was one of them sponsorships. Like I don't think Happy Eddie is like that, but like Stacy got, it's really another company.
hmm,
But the other company is willing to put your name on it and your face on it and sell it. And they
yeah,
Bravo let them advertise it. But
yeah.
Stacy don't own that company.
Oh, I know.
She don't own that company. She probably gets a third of its profits, which is it's really nice to show up a couple of times a year in places
Hmm.
and sell some weed. That's some good money.
Yeah, Stacey, she came in a totally different way. She came in, she's already on a magazine cover and got endorsements. Her after her first season.
Yeah, well,
She was a
she
good
came
pick.
on. I don't think so, but she was one of those Gen Zers that I mean Gen Xers who knew she was at her last leg of her life, and she came on this show to make money. And I know that people will say, "Well, I ain't mad at you. That's what you're supposed to do." Yeah, you do. It just sucks for the viewers because
Why? It doesn't suck to see
but I
Stacey.
will admit that at least she's entertaining. It sucks for the viewers if you are trying to, when people are trying to be genuine with you and you just playing. Now, you can be play because Stacy comes to work to play. I will give her that. If you activate her, she's going to respond and come to work. She like Lisa Renner. Lisa Renner was like that. Like, girl, that girl was a soap opera actress. In the midst of a scene, you could say something to her, and she'd be like, "Oh, so is that what we're doing?" Like she was ready. That's what Shamia and them don't have. That's the point. All of this dramatics, Shamia don't have it. Kelly got a little bit of it, except Kelly kind of kicks where it really do hurt.
She really do. She
She
do.
kicks where it really do hurt. So you'll get some genuine cusses out
I
for
like
it.
Kelly sometimes. I like her, yeah.
But when
She's
they take it to the streets, and I'm
hmm,
gonna keep it a buck on reality TV, to me, taking it to the streets is taking it to Twitter.
and
That's
she has.
and she has. I don't like that part. That's the part that I don't like. I like it when housewives are quiet online. Let us argue all the details. Let us assume. Let us make conclusions based off what they say on TV. But when you take it to the streets, you confirm things and people become like manic fans because
So
all
yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? We be so emotional. Now we willing to down the hill that so and so did so and so. We supposed to not know a lot of stuff. I guess is what I'm saying. We know too much, and us knowing too much got us talking like the TV. She don't have a storyline. So, did you enjoy the season? Because that's I mean, like, who needs? Everybody don't need a It's just like, remember when me and Demetrio was talking about on Beverly Hills, and I said, don't nobody want to see Mark with that raggedy, ugly but no more. Like some people don't need a storyline.
Child.
We just want to have fun. If you come to work to play, I want you to entertain me. What happened to them days where in the midst of you could watch them laugh at their own self? What happened to that? That
Yeah,
reality TV was good then.
it was. It was. It was.
It was
It's
so
a scary time
good.
now because when you hear about all the shows that have been canceled, mostly all the VH1 shows, and the
Yeah.
housewives are still hanging on there, this is definitely. I mean, over these next few seasons or however long that we definitely about to see a
Well,
bunch of people from other shows.
the basketball wives and house and hip hop. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you know, but a really conservative guy bought VH1. I'm not sure about MTV, but I know BET is on there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also the guy that owns CBS. This is also the guy that
He
owns
owns CBS.
he owns
Okay.
CBS, which is Paramount. They also bought BET Plus. That's so if you log into your BET Plus, you can't even get that no more. So they are
Oh,
going to be firing a lot of black shows.
yeah.
Thank your President Trump because he allowed this deal to happen, which really shouldn't have to happen because you got a certain segment of the people that conservative that owns media
Yeah.
in every way. So
That's true.
we gonna see a lot less black everything on TV.
And
Like
that's definitely that's
yeah,
already showing with everything
yeah,
that's been
we gonna
canceled.
see a lot less black. Like these conservatives really want to put us back into plantations. How they doing financial aid should be a crime because I don't know how we gonna get to college. Black
Yeah.
people don't have the kind of capital to pay no $10,000 a semester. What's the next generation? Like, girl, it's disgusting. I don't even think black people know what's going on. All of so many things is about to change July 2026. I
Hmm.
don't know. We have to they have to turn the House and the Senate in
Yeah.
November. If
And
they
a lot of
don't,
people don't necessarily understand that.
oh my God. When I tell you how scary it is, like
Hmm.
they're debating whether or not to get rid of the 14th Amendment.
I know. I know. I
I
know.
am baffled. I'm like we're going backwards in a way.
So
Do
they were
you know that
saying, go ahead.
the Supreme Court deemed that racism no longer exists? That's the
Mm,
reason why they took away the protections in the South for those certain voting districts. So
yeah.
if you had so many black people in your state,
Hmm.
you had to carve out so many districts. So we would
Yep, they've
have
changed
some
the whole
kind of
map.
voting problems. That when they
Hmm.
did that day, Louisiana changed its voting map.
Yep.
Alabama within a couple of days, Florida the next day. Like in real time, we seeing we won't have in 10 years, we won't have no black representatives
And they're getting away with it.
for the
They're getting
Senate.
away with it.
I don't
Yep.
think y'all understand what's like. I'm like panicking at times.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, it's a lot going on. They're getting away with it. A lot of people don't understand it. But somebody was saying, specific to the reality TV folks, that a lot of the reality TV folks and the social media influencers making all this money, everybody's starting to go broke. And
Yeah,
then when you think about that many people getting cut from reality TVs,
yeah,
and it's not the only one they can really try and come to is maybe Zeus, even though
yeah,
Jocelyn was, she kind of had a hard time recently, it sounds. They're going to be doing anything to get on Bravo while they still can. And so
yeah,
it's going to be scary if these young people are making all that money off of these shows, and all that stuff is about to get pulled. It's no longer going to be the norm. And then where are the young ones going to go? What will they do? Everybody's not Jake Paul, who probably has about 60 million. So how will they be able to maintain? It's scary for them because we see their shows canceling, but in general, it's scary for everybody.
Yeah, like times we're finna go through. I don't know how gas is where you live, but it's $4.39 here.
It was 3.90.
Oh wow, yours is
Yeah,
cheaper than ours.
yeah, it's cheaper, but yeah,
Mhm.
it definitely adds up. It
Yeah,
definitely adds up. But
groceries are high. Like black people, I don't know what the future is for this country. And then you got the Trump administration telling the pastors, the Christian pastors at the mega churches, to prepare your congregations for aliens.
uh, what does that mean?
Girl, they think that there are aliens. I keep hearing about it, but
I do too. But prepare your congregations for them. Like, house. What does that mean?
like they're
Prepare.
coming. Like they're coming.
Mm, okay. I mean,
I mean,
I
it
don't
sounds
know.
crazy saying it out loud. Like I
It
I
does.
never in my life thought I was a conspiracy theorist, because I ain't gonna hold you. I thought that was reporting it. To be
You know what?
I am not gonna lie. I kind of thought that was like some in stuff, but
Yeah.
now it's like I found myself. I believe every conspiracy theory. It's insane. Like I don't even. It's some people that's just living their life. They don't have a clue what's going on in this country. Like we,
Yeah.
if the Republicans, I mean, I'll even say that if the Republicans keep the House and the Senate, I don't know what I think we might be at a straight up for real civil war.
I mean, I know. It's scarier than people think. We hear about it, but don't really know what to expect all the time, or don't really understand what something means. And I think with all that going on, we're about to start feeling a lot of this stuff really, really hit.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
mean, yeah, I don't think we have a clue. I keep telling people,
yeah,
yeah, they better get on political TikTok, because that's where you get all the answers. You don't even get it watching the news. Although, like some people on CNN do a good job, and I'm not a CNN watcher. I was an MS Now, or was used to be MSNBC person,
I
but
used to be MSNBC too.
yeah, but
Now a lot of people are listening to Don Lemon, who's not
yeah,
CNN anymore, but he
yeah,
still has a lot of CNN guests on the show. You
yeah,
know, people in different places. So it's a lot going on, and a lot that a lot of people don't really understand and are
yeah,
not sure how it's going to affect everybody.
yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah, they're straight taking rights away. And these ain't things like abortion rights. That's I'm talking rights. Like the 14th Amendment, if y'all don't know, is what gave us citizenship. It was written for black people. It was written after the 13th Amendment, because there was an act that was passed in the 1700s after the Dred Scott case that said the
mhm.
only citizens in the United States were white males. So when they freed, when the 13th Amendment ended slavery in the United States, there was an argument about whether or not we were citizens.
Yeah,
And the 14th Amendment gave it gave, because we lived on this soil, that gave us, or were born on this soil, that gave us citizenship. Their argument is it was only meant to be for black people. It wasn't meant. They don't want these Hispanics to come in here. That's really what it is. They don't want them brown people in here, and they want to stop that. That's really what they're trying to do with the 14th Amendment,
yeah. The
because
the
we're
whole
here.
thought of that, yeah,
Yeah,
the whole
we're
thought
here.
of that, this stuff had to be put in writing anyway, because there were certain people out there that didn't want to see any kind of a change
Yeah.
whatsoever. And so, now they're changing all that and really believing that things are better.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's
Yeah,
insane for you to say that you don't need that, and or the
right.
fact that the same day they issued it, the state of Louisiana changed the law.
Yep.
The exact same day. So there will be no black representation in the South. That's insane.
It is. And that's exactly how they wanted it to be. And some people not willing to vote or do whatever they can do, they don't understand even what they need to do and why they need to do it.
This
Especially
is
if they're still getting a paycheck from somewhere. They're thinking, well, my world is fine, like a Trump supporter would say, until they realize you might be struggling just as hard as somebody else because of what's going on in our government.
yeah,
Not just presidential, but in general. But
yeah.
in general.
I don't think people have a clue. I pray this. I hope I'm so wrong. Yeah, I have not a clue how bad I want to be wrong,
Yeah.
but I don't. This is political fire that this country is playing with.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
political fire. Trump has pumped up his chest and taken power in a way that the United States ain't never seen. And if you are a history buff, if regardless, if you could take away the emotion of the fact that the forefathers were sexist and racist, if you can mute that for a second
Mhm.
and just look at it, they were obsessed with the thought of a Trump-like character being president.
Mhm.
They were, because of the king, they did not want a king. That's the reason why it was certain things put in the Constitution, like you can't have a national religion. It's certain things that were put in and were supposed to be checks and balances for these things to happen. And
Mhm.
for all of these years, for the most part, they could make it work. Trump said, "Bump all of these. What you gonna do to me?" And the fact that the Supreme Court gave him immunity as long as it's considered a presidential act, girl, he could do anything.
He can, and he's
When I
shown
say
that.
anything, he could literally. Ketanji Brown,
Mhm.
the black Supreme Court justice,
Mhm.
said,
Mhm.
"What if said president wants to assassinate somebody or one of his political opponents because he thinks it's for the betterment of the country?"
It's funny. Look,
And that was a question posed because she dissented. She, of course, voted against it, but he has immunity. He could do anything.
he knows it. He knows, and
I
people
mean,
don't.
I don't know if y'all know this. He just put a fund for $1.7 billion of taxpayer money. He's trying to set up a fund for the Gen Sixers, the January 6th, the people that
Mhm.
rioted in there. That
Yeah.
would give each one of them that was either arrested, got time, or he pardoned, each one of them $1 million. That's absurd.
It is. It is
That's
scary.
and he compared it to the fund that Obama put in place for the Native Americans, which is not. Because the one for the Native Americans, because they sued the government
Mhm.
and they finally got a payout. I don't know why black people didn't sue the government. I don't know how. Ain't nobody thought about that. All the black leaders we didn't had, they didn't kill them all. But I'm serious. Why have
And
we
trying
not
to erase
sued the U.S.
everything
government?
wrong ever done to them. Yeah, they killed them all, and now trying to erase everything that was ever done wrong to them. I mean, these kids won't even learn some of the things that have gone on in history. Um, they want everything to seem like it's going to be better, and it's not. It's not without the right changes. It's absolutely not.
Yeah.
Y'all voted for him.
It wasn't no y'all. I actually got up and voted against him.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he won. I think they dabbled with the machines. He was all but saying it. Was saying that they didn't counted the numbers, telling them white people, "I don't need your votes." And he kept saying it too. It was the weirdest thing. Now, Rachel Maddow was talking about that in real time. Like, why would he be saying stuff like that? Like,
I
why would
think
he? Like, they think Elon Musk was messing with their machines. because his internet was at a whole bunch of polling places.
See,
Girl, I
and
told you, I done fell into the rabbit holes of every conspiracy theory you can think of. And that's a real thing. Elon
mhm,
Musk said like a week or two before the election, and I saw this before the election, and I remember thinking, what do they have planned? He said in an interview um that if Kamala Harris won, he would probably go to jail. And I remember thinking, what in the world did this man do? Or what is he planning? Yeah, they stole this election. And the reason that Trump is fixated on 2020 is because they stole it then too. It just didn't take, because what he couldn't bet on was all of them mail-in ballots. Because in 2020, there was a whole lot of effort for mail-in ballots because of COVID. So states had lowered their whatever because basically in most states you could only mail in ballot when you like old or you was gonna be out of town. You had to say something like that. But during
mhm, mhm.
COVID, a lot of states loosened it. And so a lot more people mail in voted than what normally did. But so because of that, Biden won handily. But that's why he's fixated with it, because they cheated then. See, they can play with the machines all day long. They couldn't play with the mail-in ballots. And they can't predict them. That's the reason why he be trying to get rid of the mail-in ballots. Like, I'm serious. Like,
I
and what's
know.
crazy is he's saying he don't want people to have mail-in ballots. But when he's in Florida, he mail in his
Okay.
own ballot.
He's gonna do what he wants to do. Sometimes I would love to be like a butterfly on the wall to hear everything that is discussed in the Oval Office and to see if anybody attempts to tell him something that he's doing is wrong. I would love to see that.
Girl,
And if he's listening, if he cares, I mean, because he's going to do whatever he wants to do, whether he should or not. I would love to know if people really try and stop him
we
or if
gonna
it just
know one
happens.
day. We gonna let me
Oh,
tell
yeah,
you
we gonna
something.
know.
If we survive this, this civil war or whatever is gonna happen, if we survive this, the movies and the documentaries that's going to be about this time
Yeah.
is better than any reality show you can watch. This is like Scandal on steroids, what's happening in our government.
That is
If
gonna
you
make some
like,
good TV.
I don't watch, believe it or not, I only watch Sunday night TV. I don't watch like reality. I don't watch nothing on TV but one thing, and that's whatever the Sunday reality show is. I don't even watch other reality shows anymore.
You know what?
I,
Neither I
I
don't
watch,
watch anything but Friday and Sunday myself.
yeah, and the news. I only
Every
miss
now and
that.
then. I
Yeah.
I don't even really watch
I
the
watch
news.
the news. That's what I normally watch because it's soap opera. It's so much scandal going on in this government. It's always something going on.
Yeah, I never know. I never know what so much. I remember trying to watch the last music award show maybe a month or two ago. It was on a local channel. And I'm like, how come I can't pull this up? I'm like, what's going on? Come find out, I didn't buy local channels. That's how I haven't bought local channels in so long. I don't know what's going on. And the one time I wanted to go and watch it, I was told, oh no, you don't have that package. I'm like, I gotta pay for local channels? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. That's
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
YouTube and Peacock Bravo. That's all I watch. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
weird.
It ain't hardly nothing. I watch something on Netflix every once in a while. I
Hmm.
binge watch something this weekend. I ain't did that in a while. I binge watched Nemesis over the weekend. That's really good on Netflix.
I haven't seen that. I binge watch OJ Simpson for the 20th time.
Lord, you would
That is
love.
such a good show.
Did you watch Power?
No.
Oh, you
Mm-mm.
didn't watch Power.
No, I didn't watch Power.
Oh well,
But
Nemesis is the same writers as Power, so
as in
it's
50 cents has something to do with it?
huh?
50 cents is one of the
No,
writers, you think? No?
no, it's the same writers though from Power.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, he's overpowered. That's kind of why I was asking.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
but his stuff is down. Power, all this stuff. it's not on anymore.
Okay.
So
I
yeah, I
never
can
watched
see
it either.
they're really good writers. They do a really good job of making you root for the bad guy, and they always make him nice looking. That don't help.
See,
But
yeah.
yeah, and the director who did Nemesis, directed New Jack City. So it's if you watch it, it's sexy, it's attractive, good looking black people playing nice roles with every emotion you could think of. It's an attractive show.
Nemesis is the name
It's
of it.
called Nemesis. You got two
Hmm.
attractive people against each other. It's a nice show. Families, nobody on crack. It's just
I
like,
see nobody.
right.
Are
So
you
it's
watching?
like it don't involve no strip club.
You know
Although
what?
they may have shown the strip club too here, but
Are you watching Rhode Island Housewives?
nah. Are you?
I am not. I've heard about the recent drama, and it's been playing on my TV as I'm sitting here talking.
Mhm.
And one of the ladies, she looks so much like Dolores.
Yeah, that is Dolores.
Wait,
If
is
you
it
watching the
really?
first episode, yeah, that is Dolores' friend. But Dolores was on here. That's her friend.
This
If
is
you,
episode 3. So I
I don't
think
know.
she looks
Dolores,
like Dolores, but I don't think this is her.
Dolores is on that show.
Is she?
Yeah, she was a friend of on the show.
Okay, well, hopefully this ain't who I'm thinking. This ain't her because I've been looking at her since she looks like Dolores. Dolores ain't changed that much to me, so this can't be her. Anyway,
Yeah,
her
but Dolores did. But there is a woman I
see,
know why you if she could say that's her friend. I don't know if
okay,
that's her cousin or her friend.
because they look so much alike. Okay, but what stuck out tonight though is her neck. I don't know if you see. There she is. Oh, her neck is I don't know how to describe it. It's different.
Wrinkly.
It's like the veins are really, really thick. It looks like bones.
Oh, I know what
I
you're
don't.
talking about.
It's just different. And my neck has definitely changed lately too. I'm like, is that what I don't know. Anyway, all right, Joyce. Let's see. We've been on here for about 20 hours.
All right, all right, honey.
Um. All right. I'll talk to
Girl, I can't
you.
believe they kept showing Shamia booty too.
Now, is it just me? It was a little square in the very back. Like, okay. But everybody, she looked cute. Mm.
Yeah.
But it was a little square. Hopefully, she didn't go to K Michelle's doctor because she's gonna be dripping, and then she's gonna have the smelly problem too. And her husband don't want all that. I'm just saying. Mhm.
Lord have mercy. Tammy said that.
Who?
Tammy Roman.
She said what?
She said that when she put too much in her butt
Uh huh.
and she was
She had
like
a butt job.
a long time ago. She was
Oh
like
wow.
she had to she was like trying to maintain that and keep that clean was a task.
Yeah, and I think Cardi B said that. Cardi B, it's been a couple years. One of her little booty. She said
Hers
that
look
that
distorted.
well, she said that I believe it was her that said it stinks. There's
Mm.
something about the butt that stinks. I don't know if her husband, it was something about the stuff in the butt. It just made it stink back there. So then, knowing that Kay has that plus the other stuff, can you imagine? I'm just gonna stop right there. I'm just saying. All right, goodbye, goodbye. Bye.
Bye, girl. Bye. Thanks
Bye
for
bye.
coming.
I don't even know. Is somebody? Oh, how do you hang up here?